From WFAA-TV, Channel 8, the spirit of Texas, this is the News 8 Update.
In Fort Worth tonight, Harris Methodist, the city's largest hospital, could soon lose its agreement to treat Medicare patients. An investigation by the Department of Health and Human Services determined the hospital improperly treated a former patient who died soon after being sent home from the emergency room. Channel 8's John Jones reports.
Les Camp cleans the headstone of his wife Karen's grave. Memories of their life together blurred now by the pain of her death.
You know, everything hurt. No matter what she did, everything hurt.
In 1992, Karen Camp didn't know it, but she was slowly bleeding to death from a stomach ulcer. In October of 1992, the Camps went to the Harris Methodist emergency room, where charts show her skin was yellow and there was fluid in her lungs. A blood test showed Karen's hemoglobin and other essential levels were extremely abnormal. Camp says a nurse first alerted them to a potentially dangerous illness.
She came in there and she goes, it's a miracle. It's just a miracle you're alive. And we said, what are you talking about? She goes, well, her hemoglobin should be at 15% for a lady. She's down to 4. And she goes, it's just a miracle. She's alive.
But Camp's attorneys say the treating physician did not agree and sent Karen home, advising her to see a blood specialist the next day. Karen Camp went home and died 12 hours later. An autopsy showed she died of heart failure caused by chronic anemia, a result of the bleeding ulcer.
And all of those things taken together, there was no choice for the emergency room physician in that hospital. They should have kept her there.
And by failing to do so?
By failing to do so, they sent her home to die.
When Les Camp decided to sue Harris for malpractice, Karen's records were sent for investigation to the Department of Health and Human Services, which regulates hospitals that receive Medicare funds. The department found that Harris did not follow federal law in treating Karen. The agency notified Harris that we have determined that your hospital violated its obligations and told Harris we plan to terminate Harris Methodist Fort Worth's participation in the Medicare program in November. Federal records show Harris billed Medicare more than $3 million in 1994 and 95. Harris issued a statement saying it is cooperating fully with the department, and this matter will be resolved satisfactorily before any final action is taken.
The hospital just has to convince us that it has, either through training or the changing of its policies and procedures, that it has taken steps to ensure that it won't happen again.
Les Camp says keeping it from happening to someone else's Karen is the only comfort he can find.
You know, used to waking up to her every morning, and you have nothing. It's just a big hole.
John Jones, Channel 8 News, Fort Worth.
Harris Methodist denies any wrongdoing in the treatment or death of Karen Camp, and the Department of Health and Human Services says if Harris can prove its standards of care meet requirements by the November deadline, the Medicare program will not be terminated.